Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my Ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go and donate on patreon.com. So this is the first ever review on YouTube of the Boswa Survival Ration menu number 3 pack meal ready to eat. This is the cold weather meat menu, 24-hour ration. I can't really read that. I don't know if you can read that. I hope you can. I can't read there. I think it says what's in the menu. Let's just go and quickly check, get some reading stuff and see what's in there. But it's not a large box. You can see this thing was packed this year, the 10th of the first month, 2020. It expires the 10th of the first month, 2022. So this thing has got a 2-year shelf life. Here is some information. I don't know if you can read that. And again, there's their email address or their website address. So we'll check what's in here. We will do the cold weather meat meal. You've got breakfast, lunch and dinner menu and your little snacks. So for breakfast, let's see if we can actually get this to... There we go. Can actually zoom in there. So for breakfast, we've got instant oats original. We've got coffee satchel 3-in-1, we've got tea. For lunch we've got noodles, beef, we've got provitas, and we've got isotonic rehydrate. Our main sort of dinner is pilchards. Let's just, there we go. We've got pilchards. We've got soup, we've got hot chocolate, which is nice. And snacks, we've got a chocolate bar, peanuts, biscuit. I think this is biscuit, I'm not sure. We will see when we open this. And we've got chewing gum. And then we've got some included. We've got sugar, we've got salt, we've got some beef stock, we've got some purification tablets, 2 of them, we've got matches, and we've got a plastic spoon and a wet towel. So this is not a large ration, but it's a nice little all-inclusive ration. You get a small breakfast, a nice lunch, a dinner, and we've got some snacks. And again, this is the cold weather one, so let's see what we have. It's relatively easy to open, it's just a little box. And again, this ration is only 450 grams. And it is packed chock full. So let's see what is in here. Let's just zoom out. So let's see what's in this little box. I've read everything, but let's see. We've got the tea, and it is rooibos. Think if I can remember what was on the box. Yes, there's rooibos. Let's just move this a bit out of the way. We've got our plastic spoon. This is a nice spoon. It's not extraordinarily sturdy, but it's not really flimsy. It's just your normal, sort of your normal plastic spoon you get here. But it's cool. This is what... Coffee. They're 3-in-1. You can see this all nice, pre-packed, sealed. So it will keep quite nicely. Their little hot drink. You can actually see this. There's not a lot of wasted space here. So it's not a huge package with little stuff. It's sort of packages that is fully packed. Quite good. There's your, this one is the salt. This is your 2 purification tablets. So again, small packages, nice to store. Everything fit in here quite nicely. Ah, it's not a rusk. It is a small little biscuit. So cool. It's got its own individual pack. So if you have to pack this stuff without the boxes, it will fit in anywhere. Let's look like. You got your little isotonic drink. I really like this. It's a nice, it's a small ration, and everything is packed quite nicely. You've got a little chocolate bar. It looks like there's peanuts in there. And again, it's in its own little pack. All of this is see-through, so if you really can't read this, you can still see what's in there. You've got your little pack of matches with a striker there. So again, very, it's all sealed in plastic, so if this thing gets wet, everything is protected. This is just, it's really, I like this ration. A little chlorette pack of chewing gum. We've got our sugar, a nice refreshing towel. This is quite, it looks quite big. We will check this out. We've got our soup powder. And again, so far everything is quite nicely packed. What's this? This is a bouillon cube, the beef one. This is just wrapped. It's not no external packaging, but it's just wrapped nice and securely. And again, very small packages, but what you get, it's all nicely in there. Little pack of peanuts. We've got another sugar. Where's the other sugar there? A little bit of instant oats. A small can of pilchards. And everything has got their own stickers on them. A small packet of Provitas. And some beef noodles. And that's everything in the box. So it's not a huge box, but all the rations are nicely packed. They are all sealed in plastic. The only thing that's not in plastic or sealed that in their own plastic is the little bouillon cube, but it's in sort of in a tin foil packet. But everything, and of course the tin, but everything else looks nice and sealed. Nicely packaged. It's a nice plastic. It's not as thick as the American plastic, but it's not as thin as some of the other plastics. It's just a nice plastic, and it's not a huge amount of food, but it's enough to for a survival ration. It's a nice variety of stuff in here. You will have a nice I think this is a nice little 24-hour ration. I'm really impressed with their individual little packages, and there's not a lot of wasted space. As you can see, basically everything is filled up. You don't have a lot of wasted space. And I will do the breakfast now, and I'll put one of the snacks with the breakfast. So let's check out breakfast. I'm really impressed with this ration so far. So welcome at breakfast. We're going to use on our spoon. We've got some sugar for if we want to use it. We are going to do our 3-in-1 coffee. They don't really say how much water to use, but we will start with a cup. We've got our rooibos tea. We're going to try out the gum. We're going to do the matches. See how they work. We're going to do our instant oats. They also don't say how much water, but I think you just use as much water as you need. We're going to check out our towelette. We're going to do the little chocolate bar. So let's see, our matches I just saw is in a little Ziploc, I think. It's a little Ziploc. And you can see the striker. I'm not going to use it now because it's still sealed. Little striker that is sealed. in its own little bag, and you've just got normal little matches. And again, not a lot of matches, but enough matches, I think, to start a fire at least with. So this is really, this is a cool little ration. I'm impressed. So this is a little matches. And we will check out the towel as well. So I will go and mix up our oats. This is sort of, let's see, 50 grams of oats. The coffee is 20 grams, 20 grams? Yeah. 20 grams worth of coffee. Tea is rooibos, it's 5 grams. The little chocolate bar is 50? Yeah. Is 50 grams. Also haven't we checked out. And then just normal sugar and chlorate. So this is going to be our breakfast. Let's go and mix it up. And here is our little light breakfast. We've got the coffee, we've got the tea, we've got our oats, we've got the rest. So let's start with our coffee. Or let's first start with this wet wipe. There's a little 10-notch. This thing is large, quite large. It's a nice, you can see this is a nice large one. You only have one for the day, but it doesn't matter. You can sort of reuse, you can sort of use it and then just wet it again. It's got that wet wipe smell, but it's a nice, it's not overly wet, it's not overly dry. It's really, it's a nice wet wipe. It's quite, as I said, nice and large, quite substantial. It's not really thin, and doesn't really stretch. So I think it's a nice, good quality wet wipe. And if you are finished, you can just sort of fold it up, put it back in the bag, and then just wet it down for the next meal. This is a really nice wet wipe. It doesn't leave a real residue on your hands. It just gets dry easily. So let's start with our coffee. If you watch my reviews, you will know that I don't very rarely drink. I can't remember if I think I have before. Actually, well, I very rarely drink sugar and milk in my coffee, or tea for that matter, but we'll give this a try. I don't know why I used my tin cup, but I hate drinking coffee out of a tin cup because it's always so hot, but I just wasn't gonna walk the extra few meters to get my other blood donation cup from the cupboard. So let's taste this. And I think this might be a bit more authentic than drinking out of glass cups in the field. Now for me this is a bit sweet, but then again I don't drink sugar in my coffee. But for energy wise, this is a nice cup of coffee. You get the milk, you get the sugar taste, you get the coffee taste. It's really nice. Let's see our oats, if it's I might just have added a bit not enough water here, but let's do our oats. Definitely I could have added more water, but it's a nice oats. There is no sugar in here, so I would definitely use some of the sugar. You don't have to use all of the sugar, you can still use some in your tea. But we can definitely use some of the sugar here. Can definitely use a bit more. This is all of them. But there's enough oats. You can add a bit more water than I did. There's no measurements of how much water you should add, but you can just add water as you go along. So let's taste some more. Definitely the oat needs a bit of sugar. It's quite nice. Just add a bit more water than I did, but it's quite a nice amount of, when it's rehydrated, a nice amount of oats. So far this is a nice breakfast. So let's check out our chocolate bar. And again, it's in a little pouch, also plastic. Hey, this is marshmallows. So you can actually use this, I think, for your hot chocolate. There's little marshmallows in there. Taste some chocolate. This is very, very sweet, so again, nice energy boost. One problem I might have with the chocolate bar is it looks like it can melt very quickly. But we'll see with the hot weather one if it's the same kind of chocolate bar when I review it. But this is a cold weather ration, so it wouldn't really matter. But it's a very sweet chocolate. You taste the marshmallow. It's a nice little snack. Let's just put it down there. And we've got our tea. This is rooibos. It's sort of a herb. It's part of the fynbos family or biome. It grows in the Western Cape region of South Africa. It's sort of a bush or a shrub that they harvest, or part of it. It's got a herby scent. And it's got a reddish color. So let's taste this. Again, nice rooibos tea. I'm not gonna, I used all the sugar in my oats, but I don't really drink tea with sugar. I really hate that. And this got a nice herb taste, sort of tea, herby taste. It's really difficult for me to describe this, but rooibos tea is nice. And all we have left is our claret. It's just normal. You've got 2 bricks of this. Nice green color. It's a nice mint taste. It's not as strong as some of the other, as the Halls ones you get. This is just a nice light mint. A nice way to end the meal. But I'm gonna still finish this. So what did I think of this ration so far? It's not, as I said, it's not a huge box. It's a small little box. It's sort of 450 grams. And for the weight, I think they made a good choice of food selection, because there's sweet stuff. There's enough food to keep you well alive and well. You won't get, I think, fat on this, but there's enough food. And it's in a small enough space so you can carry it easily. It's nice. The box gives it a bit sturdiness. And it's not too large. You can fit this in anywhere. So the food itself so far, the rooibos is just normal rooibos. The 3-in-1 for me is a bit sweet, but since I rarely or never drink sugar in my coffee or tea, that's understandable. But normally I think this is a good cup of coffee. You taste the coffee. It's not like some of the other ration coffees that we get here. This, at least you know you're drinking coffee. And you can get a nice amount. This is sort of the same amount of water I've got in this. So you get a nice cup. The oats is nice if you just add a little bit more water than I did. It's a good hefty amount. This will fill you up. And it's a good way to start your day. And this little chocolate bar, although it will melt easily, I think, it's nice and sweet, and it's a nice little snack. So that was our end of our first part of this video. I'll do the next part of this video next week. And I'm really impressed with your rations. Boswa, this is really cool. So this again is the Boswa ration. So there's survival ration. For a survival, if you just take this as a survival ration, you've got a 2-year shelf life. I think this is an excellent ration. So this is the Boswa ration. Menu number 3, they called with a meat ration, 24 hours. And it's a good little ration. So this is the end of our part 1. We'll do the lunch and dinner portion in the next video. So, thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, please go and donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next ration review.